Hey, how's it going? My name is Vince. Today I want to talk to you about your experience. Today I want to talk to you about how you really need to revel in your experience and you need to rely on it. And you got to have confidence in it. It's the one thing in life that nobody can take away from you is your experience, your memories, and all that stuff. People can wipe, people can take a whole lot from you, you know. The only things they can't take from you are your word, your experience. When I started working at McDonald's when I was 15, I did not think that them teaching me how to properly sweep and mop a floor and take care of a floor would really come in such handy. I had no idea. I didn't know that I was going to have to teach kids how to mop and sweep over and over and over and over again. And even adults, I didn't know I was going to have to do that. I didn't know I was going to have to show them, like, look, when you just take the mop and you just brush it over the floor, it doesn't actually get anything up. It just moves stuff around. You have to kind of like do a little scrub and then you have to clean up. It's a, it's a skill. I'm sure we've all come across people who suck at mopping, and it's like, I don't understand how you're this bad, or have to like go through the thought process with them. Like, listen, when you go out to a restaurant and you see the floor is filthy, you can see the crumbs on the floor from the guy who ate there yesterday, intuitively that you don't want to go back there again. So then why in the world? But people just don't know these things. They just don't know these things. And now we have all these staff members who are super young, never had a job before COVID, and are used to the expectations and are used to the lax standards of, during COVID. But yeah, these days, hard work and responsibility, when they're missing from the workplace or from the home, it's noticed. It really, really is noticed. Because we have all these people who left the workforce, and it's clear at this point that those were the people who were um, mentoring and overseeing and taking responsibility over the whole picture. And so now that they're gone, it's just a different world. Places aren't staying open as late. Things just you know when you go into a place, you don't know exactly what to expect with how they're going to provide you their service. You know what I mean? And everybody's got different opinions. And that's why leadership needs to be strong and cohesive. Um, but yeah, your experience. It's it's the only thing you got. I mean, really, the things you do with your hands. And I mean, that applies to desk jobs as well. I mean, that applies to like the accounting aspects of running a business. You don't need to be taught in a school. Like these days, with all the different resources we have, you could YouTube how to read a P&L, and you could figure that out very easily. Or you could figure out how to do sales projections, or you could, you know, um, you can learn all that online. But you you don't really know how to like tie that in to operations and use those desk desk job tools, right? We'll just say those like labor budgets and all that kind of stuff, to advance your business. I guess one of the good things about being on this side of COVID is that we can choose those kind of things. I mean, we can't be irresponsible with how we um, move around and navigate our way through the business world. But as contributors to the economy, we we don't have to like just accept the way that a boss treats us. You know what I mean? Um, and so a phrase I wanted to say was, "Don't cast pearls before swine." Don't do it. Just don't do it. That means if people aren't listening to you, stop talking to them. Just don't talk to them because it's not worth your time and it's not worth your energy. You need to place all your energy and all your resources into finding somebody who will listen to you. Because there's no way that you're really going to learn and change and grow if you're not able to fully express yourself and feel heard. How can I change my habits and behaviors if I'm not even able to freely express what those things are verbally, because then it just takes, right, it just takes time. So what if you have a habit that is like really private but it's detrimental to your performance? If you don't talk about those things, then it's going to take a long time for that to come out. It's going to take a lot longer for you to um, you know fix it. And maybe by the time you get to that point, the the path that you've left, is tarnished because you just didn't know how much that one little habit was um, really throwing a kink in things. And so that's why it's really good to be able to talk, and it's good, and you need to be able to feel heard. Uh, yeah, because I mean, there are times when you're going to know what the right thing to do is. You're going to know what the right choice is, and you just got to do it. You just got to do it. I think one of the good things that is coming out of all of the new ways of teaching, or I don't even know what you would call it, but microaggressions. The labeling of that term, microaggressions, is it's a good thing. It's a good thing because those are those little things when you're at work, like nobody listening to you, or you know, uh, not just nobody listening to you, but nobody maliciously listening to you. Those are like little micro, those are those little things. Uh, haven't. And that's where we're at with that. But I just think that you know, I just think that you should never ever let anybody make you think that your experience is not valid, or like not worth anything, because it is. And in that, you must respect the experience of other people. You always listen to people like they're telling you something that you don't know. You know, the worst thing in the world is when you're in a conversation with somebody and they just keep saying, I know, I know, I know, I know. And it's like, they don't know. They've never done it before. They have no idea. But I know, I know, I know. I think that really, that type of that type of, what is it, unconscious verbiage is a key indicator that they're, no, that, I don't know. I just think that's so funny when somebody does that. And I've done that too. I did that too for a really long time. I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. It's a means to protect yourself from, the unknown, from chaos. You know what I mean? You want to stay in order as much as possible. And you never branch out and try to see if your experience relates to something else just to try. Then you're going to be one of those people who's, rather than like, oh, cool, awesome, I didn't know that, because there's nothing wrong with not knowing anything, not knowing something. There's nothing wrong with that. Uh, in fact, that's something that I really, really, really respect, is somebody who allows me to teach them something, because I allow people to teach me things all the time, or it's that learning student perception, right? Because if I'm putting myself as a student, right, that means I'm kind of putting myself underneath everybody, not on like a character level, but just like on a knowledge level. You know what I mean? Like if I'm here and everybody else is here, well, then I need to get to there. So that means I need to act like I'm down here, right? Keep my opinions, my perspectives, kind of to myself-ish. I don't have to be ridiculous, but until I can get up here to this point with everybody else. But that's why it's so important to have the confidence in your experience, to have confidence in where you came from and the road you walked. You know what I mean? And the fact that like you're going to be able to handle whatever life throws at you, because that you're going to learn if you don't know how to do it, right? You're going to teach yourself. Or you're going to learn from others. You're going to ask for help. Like if you're confident that you're going to ask for help if you need it, you really don't have a lot to worry about. And especially if you have the confidence to know that you asking for help doesn't put you beneath anybody, like that's where to be at. You know what I mean? I think one of the things though that people run into is that others judge people for this kind of thing, right? Insecure people look at people who are like openly asking for help and openly admitting that they don't know stuff, or openly admitting their faults. They look at that as like weak or like less than. You know what I mean? they really do, and that's I found that over the entire 15 years of 15 years me like my experience, right? Because I'm only 32, so well shit, probably more than that, 15, 16, 17, so 17 years. I have yeah, is that people take kindness for weakness all the time. They love it. The world is a lion's den. You know what I mean? And yeah, if you don't want to become the monster, then you really have to have confidence in yourself that you're not the monster and that you can manifest a life that doesn't cause you to have to become the monster. You know what I mean? Maybe the dragon is not your boss. The dragon you needed to slay to find the pot of gold, right? The folklore story. And maybe it's not your boss. Maybe that dragon is yourself, right? Maybe you have to really just cut away like all that dead wood inside of you that causes you to doubt your own ability to manifest your life, you know? Because I know what that's like when you don't know how to do something. When like you're lost on a task, you know what I mean? Or like you first get into like a leadership role and, the accountant wants you to provide a spreadsheet with all of the discounts itemized for staff members from this department, because they're trying to find something out. Like, okay, I don't know how to use Excel. At least I didn't. Now I'm very good at it. But learning how to use Excel, I had to ask lots and lots and lots of questions and pester people over and over and over again, because that's not where my strengths lie. My strengths lie in human interaction. My strengths lie in, that kind of stuff. People, the operational aspect of a business. It doesn't rely, my strengths aren't over there. And so I had to like pester this guy for probably like a year and a half over and over again. And he would have to continually go over like how to create formatted spreadsheets and stuff over and over and over and over and over again. You know, to and sometimes I would feel dumb, right? Sometimes I would be like, oh wow, I'm just asking way too many questions, right? Or like he's went over this with me 100 times, yeah, like, but you just got to do it. You know what I mean? You just got to do it. And if people start getting upset with you for asking too many questions, right, or not learning stuff fast enough, then you need to figure out a different way to do it that doesn't involve them. So that means taking notes, right? Take notes on all the things that you don't know how to do or all the things that you're learning. Always take notes, just like you would if you were in college. I have taken so many notes on how to perform tasks that I am not naturally good at. Most of them are related to like the numbers aspect because I'm like I just said, I'm an operational guy. I'm a people person. So I have so many notes, so many like walkthroughs, step by step. Like this is how you do this. This is how you upload this file to this, and these are all the people that you need to send it to, and then this is, yeah. But you have to have that confidence in your experience, because it's not just having confidence. It's not just like walking around feeling proud with some shades on and double pop polo collar or some crap like that. It's it's like no, I've I've walked a million freaking miles to get to where I am and to have the knowledge that I do about how these things function and how to take them different places and and also the ability to ask for help. That's difficult. you know that's what I have confidence in. It's my experience. You know what I mean? It's the fact that I've been through all that and can go through more. I don't care. I I won't cast pearls before swine. I'm not going to do that because I don't have to, because I've been through too much. So anyway, yep, I think that's about it. I hope that everyone out there has a great day. Happy trails. Good luck. God bless. Be confident in your experience.